Okay, because we started that. All right, well, let's do that. Let's do the minor kicking section through that punch downward together a couple times. So we will start from cat high horse. Huh? I'm just copying you. Please do, copy me. All right, so first we're going to do separate right foot. So step out, circle the arms around, step up. Lower the hands, open the hands, separate right. Step lateral, and okay, separate left foot. Open the hands, and kick. And turn towards the mirror. Strike with heel, left. Off the balance, brush knee push. And then brush knee push. Brush knee, punch downward. All right, we'll get it. All right, reset. I think we're just going to work on that sequence thing. Yep. All right. Anybody need to see all that first? Would that help? Since I know we turn directions and some of you are in front of me and then you're behind me. And yes, I will show you. All right. So remember, single whip, which we're not doing, but that's how you get to cat high horse. Separate right foot. Separate left foot.
That's what I imagine would happen when I was doing it.
So you want to be on this side, right?
Turn.
Everything.
Strike with heel.
Now block.
Left.
Looking through.
Brush knee push.
This is saying that back door.
Brush knee push.
Do that to this.
Brush knee. Punch down.
All right.
Helpful?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's do it.
My problem is, like, if I watch, I don't remember it. I just have to do it.
That's okay. That's okay.
On the same goal.
Yeah. All right. So, right. And because this turns, like, someone's going to see me half the time. Yeah. So, all right. Pass my horse. Separate right foot. Take step with the left.
There you go.
Right foot comes forward to kick. Step laterally. Close the arms. Separate left foot.
Goes it?
And do
Nope, it's on the house.
Turn.
Have a good one.
Strike with heel. Lift. Oh, you're fine. Come through when you need to.
Sorry.
That's all right. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee, punch downwards. So, push
Yeah, Mr. Bershman.
here. It'll help you if you can step farther instead of tight roping because that's where the balance is coming off. So, brush knee, and then it winds up just like a brush knee, but instead of brush push, it's brush knee, punch down. All right, again. And then I'm probably going to give you a little bit of practice time. All right, high horse. Separate right foot. Separate left foot. Turn. Strike with heel. Left. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee. Punch downwards. Release. Questions, comments?
Does hand here all the time?
Say that? Yes. Sometimes you'll hear step up, punch down, but brush knee, punch down, because it really does that same brush knee, but it punches down, so that's absolutely correct. Questions? Any other questions?
Hands for balance on the kick particularly,
The heel kick?
well, actually,
All the kicks? Okay, so first and foremost, they're out in front. It's just a natural tendency to want to bring them all the way back here, and that will mess up your balance so hard. So they're out in front, sort of like if you were doing a wall push-up or a push-up. They're out in front and to the side. So, and the front, the separates, again, make sure to check that balance first so that you really feel stable in this leg. And then, see, they're out in front, the separates, they're asymmetrical. So this one stays up, this one kind of points in the direction of my kick. But they are not here, they're here. And then there's that.
What are these kicks?
Huh?
What are these kicks?
These are called separate, so they're basically an instep kick, maybe like a groin kick. Yeah. So, and they're wired a little differently. She's got a second degree in Kung Fu. So I'm going to talk Kung Fu language here.
that's fine.
So it's less about using your hip flexor to really just drive that up, and it's more wired where if I keep this, kind of keep my embracing horse body together, I'm going to eventually feel like I'm going to tip backwards, but I don't want to tip backwards. I'm going to sink and release that leg. Almost imagine like you've got rollers or a banana peel or something on this foot that you get to a point and it slips up. So of course, when you're first learning it, you have to use your hip flexor to lift your leg. But as you get more comfortable with it, it's more of a reaction to sinking, and then this whips up. So it becomes more of a reaction type kick. We haven't done it yet, but we'll sometimes do it with the senior instructor and I. We'll get the pad, the focus pads up, and we'll do a compare like kick with your leg versus separate, and with less effort you kick harder with the separates.
And so do you want like to be like your foot be flexed if you're gonna hit, or do you just
Yeah, it's definitely pointed. It's your instep, so it'd be like kicking a soccer ball or kicking a groin. So you're making contact with the top part of the foot, which is different than the heel kicks, which is definitely
that
straight up heel. Yes, yes.
yeah.
Good question. So it'll be a kick you're very familiar with, but it'll be wired differently.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Balance on so this is the balance on the second ones. They're still out in front, but the hands come out first. That really will help. So they lead with the wrist, but I don't kick at the same time. These come out first. Then I also look in the direction of my kick. That will really help you get balance. So let these be out first. And if you can extend through your fingertips, that will help as well. Yeah. And also resisting the urge to lean back and sink. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I actually felt
Felt
that.
different?
Yes.
And that's where practicing low to get that balance point is very beneficial. Like, don't be like, this is only a low kick. That's where you find that stability, that eventually you can work on getting that, higher and higher depending on your quad strength and the other stuff going on. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Cool. All right.
Do you point a little bit in the directions that kick, or are you just?
Oh, you're always looking in the direction of the kick, not down, but in the direction of the kick.
Look, but your upper body.
On the separate?
Yes, ma'am.
Upper body, no, other than my arm is in this direction and my head is in this direction, but. Let's go.
Halfway?
Halfway. I think if you naturally tell your body, kick at an angle and look at where you're kicking, you'll be in the right spot. Because you can try this, and it will feel super weird. I'm going to kick at an angle, but I'm going to insist that my body stay here. That feels super weird and not balanced at all. This also does not feel good because it puts weird strain on my knee. But if I just keep this hip relaxed and open, I might attempt, that feels aligned. That looks correct, yes.
Because it should have been a heel kick.
The heel kicks are the same. So the alignment, same thing. I'm going to kick here. This feels weird. It's harder to balance. So the pelvis is open a little bit. Maybe not angled, but when I say open, like my hip rotation is out when I do that kick. And there you go. That changes my alignment just a little bit. All right, let's do it one more time together, that whole sequence. I know, every day is leg day in Tai Chi. All right, so pat my horse. separate, right foot. Close the arms and separate left foot. Turn. Strike with heel. Left. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee, punch to groin. Punch downward. Punch to groin comes later. And preview for what's next is turn around, strike with back fist. Yep, we'll work more on it, but that's what's next. And then some more kicks.
Yay.
Any last questions?
Thank
No?
you.
All right, let's go ahead and bow out.
Got a head instructor?
Got to advanced, intermediate, and beginning level students. Students at home.